Something went wrong. Sent up flying into the stratosphere, buds, and it's gonna get you. A gut-wrenching feeling.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. Great tracking then from ONLYI. Give him that.
Weird angle, but ready for it instantly. One more game then.
One more game. Finish on the last. Will we get a smash on that last game? There's a lot of teams in contention for it. It still could be that fourth place squad that wins it all, that takes it all. Nongshim Red Force counting their lucky stars that they were able to still do good in that game, because S2G is catching them up off the back of that one. E-Arena was also able to put up good points, getting up towards third place. But at least S2G's put themselves in a position now where they could still win off points alone if they have another good match here.
Playing a blinder right up until the end. But my God, unexpected twist on that one. Didn't know Arrow was going to go that way, mate. It definitely caught me off guard, and I imagine it was the same for them amongst it all. ONLYI, though, doing what they had to do, denying out both teams from ending the tournament early, starving off victory for at least another game.
They didn't want to end in 16th place. That's what happened there. But we'll be back real soon for the final match here at PMWC.
आ गए गाइस, फिर से आ गए। क्या पता क्यों बंद हो जाए लाइव मेरी।
Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City. Powered by play.
نوك واحد عندنا نوك. دمشت تمام. خمسة هذا هو كله من. ابي طلقة اصلا، هم طلقة. البيت عندكم بيت اصفر.
When you least expect it, ONLYI Esports takes us to the final match, which is going to be upcoming here at PMWC at EWC 26. Welcome back, everybody. My name is the 7WG, joined by Lace, Maxman, and Neptura. And Max, I'm going to go straight to you because another heartbreak here for S2G at the end.
Oh man, I feel bad for them, man. Like the last one was like, hey, great, we got another game. And I'm like, oh, that must feel kind of bad if you're S2G or an S2G fan. But you know what? ONLYI, they started off the day in 16th position and they are literally alone as their main team, right? Able to keep the tournament going, getting rid of E-Arena, getting rid of S2G and keeping it going with those 22 points. Also, extra prize pool. ONLYI gonna be loving it.
They are going to be loving it. We see E-Arena there in third in regards to the points. Being able to secure 10 points, they're still, if for some reason, nobody else wins via the smash rule after this match, Lace, it will come down to the points. So these points that these squads are getting with S2G 15, E-Arena 10, and then Nongshim Red Force as well with 7, they could come into play.
I mean, yeah. A lot of teams, you've got to realise that this is the right time to maximise all your eliminations to move you up on that lead. Because that's some cash money, baby. But I mean, look, from this position, even from E-Arena, they were kind of going to lose this regard. Regardless, S2G had that position to sort of push them around that west side, and ONLYI obviously had the compound the entire time, so it was going to be denied. Denied. Regardless of, you know, sort of their movement in from that, but look, S2G and this situation flung into the air, obviously off of that, and then not being able to get that nade of the you know, positioning in that middle. The teammates, sorry, on ONLYI. I'm getting it together. I'm just upset. Clearly, I'm upset, guys. I'm upset, but I'm not upset because we go one more game, and I'm very excited for this to happen. But look, we're gonna have another one in this situation, and it's gonna go to the mountain, guys. I'm calling it. It's gonna get crazy.
Which mountain? There's many.
Pour a mountain.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, that's where Nongshim Red Force won in PMWC, so actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And guess who won the last match yesterday in Miramar?
I forgot, actually. Can
No,
remind
you just said it, Nongshim Red Force.
Okay, I was like, wait, what do we do?
Come on, it was an easy layup right there for you, Max. But yeah, Nongshim Red Force, they've been able to showcase that they can actually win, not only at PMMI, but here as well in the finals when we end up going to Miramar, when we end up going to the final match. Aurora found themselves very, in just an unfortunate situation, especially with the circle, with the rotation that this team had to make.
I have strong words for Aurora, which I will not be saying here. But just one play I'd like. Don't worry, I won't say it. I won't say it. Maybe later. Maybe later. No, I'm so confused because yes, it was a really difficult entry into zone. They couldn't really get a very easy way in. They were trying to thread through a couple of different teams there. But for me, they made that initial push in between EA and S2G right on the road. They actually moved in. Doc found a position, but then the entire team all came in and just went, we're just gonna spread around, we're gonna drive, we're gonna have a little Sunday drive. It's nice, it's good weather, it's the desert, it's fun. And it's like, just stay on the position. You found a position, stay there, play from there. You could have won the game. They had a really decent position. EA, from the similar side of zone, got a third place. So, you know, again, it all comes down to what I was saying earlier about Nongshim in that one Erangel game where Alula went and won from the position I thought Nongshim should have taken. If Aurora had taken EA's position, we could have had a win from them as well.
We could have, but one team that was able to do a great defense was Nongshim Red Force against Furia, Max.
Oh, I'm loving it. Like, sure, they don't win it, but that was such a clean, instantaneous fight. Like, I saw John for a second. He blinked and he missed the fight. Here we go. They go for the crash. Hyunbin cooking up that nade. Look at the nade. In 1, 2, 3, boom, gone. He's done. Chief couldn't do anything. And instantly, the synergy, the timing, they just go on a full-on aggression. They push. They counter-push onto Furia. And because of that, they don't lose a single player and barely take any damage. That is the Nongshim Red Force I want to see more consistently throughout these games. It goes to show that they have what it takes to be a champion, but sometimes it's a bit topsy-turvy, but Nongshim Red Force looking so good in that particular fight.
And it's this kind of thing, right, that I was talking about with Nongshim, is like the presence of mind they have. Do you know how not panicked, how calm, cool, and collected you have to be to do that? And Nongshim coming into second place here. I mean, it's so close behind S2G.
For S2G right now in first place, a 7-point lead. Aurora Gaming in third place, E-Arena. Nobody else was able to join the Smash Zone here as we're going to be heading into the final match of PMWC at EWC 26. Nigma Galaxy, 106 points. There's still a lot of money at stake here, Lace, between all these squads, even if they cannot win it via Smash Roll.
Yeah, and even if you have a look at Tiamba and the way that they were able to move up this leaderboard from just a few games, you know, this is where the money happens and it's incredibly exciting, obviously, moving into this. You know, obviously, we have a look at S2G, 154 points. If none of these sort of get into that position, they'll capitalize it. They have been getting those positions in late game to get those extra placement points, so it is looking good for them. But yeah, I've got to hand it to Max. I'm feeling like a Nongshim. I feel like that this is going to be the closeout. S2G have had 2 opportunities, and I said you only get 1, so the third one may not happen.
This is looking like one of the best finishes we have had at a global event for PUBG Mobile Esports. S2G Esports, we know they're going to be showing out, especially right now with the 7-point lead that they have. Nongshim Red Force showing that they can win via Smash Roll. They could be challenging as well, not just via the points. They could be challenging for the win. Aurora Gaming, we know what that team is capable of, Max. In E-Arena, all they need is just 1 match, even if they have been kind of non-existent today.
Yeah, today's definitely been a bit of a slow one for the side of E-Arena, but look at the top of the rankings. 3 wins, 3 wins, 2 wins, and 2 wins for, at the end, Aurora Gaming and E-Arena. We've been threading the needle. We've been barely missing out on this Smash ruling happening for these teams. But now, I feel like it's finally time to get the Smash ruling on Miramar. These teams, sure, maybe a few fumbles here and there, but they're going to throw everything at the wall and hope it sticks. And finally become your PMWC 26 at EWC 26 Grand Champions. They're on the second page, and Niptura, still more money is there to be gained.
And it's all still so close, right? So we're so used to seeing big gaps between these teams, but look at this. Ulf 98, Hora 98, Team Vitality 83, Alula 80 with that win
big
coming
jump
in there. Massive jump for them, up into 13th place. And, you know, when we are talking about that prize pool coming down to the final game here in Paris, we're looking at some really decent jumps up in that rank, jumps up in that prize pool. All these teams are going to be fighting.
Yeah, I want to take a look at the top 5 players so far, though, because that MVP, it's not going to be coming from the winning team. It can come from a different team as well. But right now, it's none other. Usually, we're used to talking about Hyunbin. Max, you might have a new player to fanboy over because Tizzy is popping off.
To be honest, out of all the players on this team, I'm really happy. Tizzy has been, in particular, this last game, got so much done in Miramar. Loving how he's been able to perform. Of course, Hyunbin, big fan of him. But Sleepy, the fact he's up here is quite surprising, but also not so surprising because his damage is very high because he is right, Niptura, usually a long-range player. Mini 14, DMRs, he's going to be using it, so that's going to be buffing up your damage quite a bit. But I got to say, quite surprising that Scarface is up there, knowing Ulf is quite low on the rankings.
I mean, I think it comes down to who's the clutch player in a team, right? Even if the team isn't doing too well, he can still be the one getting the knocks, getting the damage, getting that survival time as well. Scarface has often been a solo for that team. We've seen it from several teams, actually, where that last solo lasts until 3rd, 2nd place, gets that damage, gets those long-range shots, just trying to pressure teams. And so, in that way, yeah, it's probably pretty on par that, you know, they're on that MVP list.
Yeah, and I'm just going to be looking at those top 4 teams because those teams, I mean, any of those top 4 teams could end up winning it, whether it's S2G, whether it's Nongshim Red Force, whether it's Aurora Gaming, even E-Arena. You know what? I'll scratch away that you have had a bad day, E-Arena. because right now, this is your moment to shine if you want to be able to lift that trophy, if Ravenclaw wants to win here again. But let's take a look at this head-to-head between Nonstream Red Force and S2G, and this is for today. And you can see which team has been performing better overall, and it's none other than S2G.
Yeah, you might be saying the survival time is actually relatively close for the two teams, but the fact that with a similar survival time, the average placement point of S2G is an extra 2 ranks higher compared to Nongshim Red Force is highly impressive. They've been very consistent, of course. 3 chicken dinners throughout the entirety of the finals, were also looking good back in the group stage. I feel like S2G, if they just don't have those shaky finishes, I feel like they might be one of the most likely teams to end it with a smash.
Yeah, I was looking, we're looking at the pre-show, right? Looking at the head-to-head between Aurora and S2G, and I did say S2G, yes, they have those wins, but they're hot and they're cold, and today we've seen a different version of this team, a different side to them, one that's far more consistent, one that's always there, under pressure, in the top 5. It's really nice to see, Max.
In particular, you saw in the top 4, you had Aurora Gaming. Top, this has been his dream for years and years and years, and he's finally on the brink once again. Is the curse of the second place going to come back to haunt him, or can he finally wrap it up and get that win?
It's gonna come down to what kind of circle they're gonna be
अरे
getting.
भाई मेरा ये लाइव का ही वीडियो है यार.
Or are you gonna have to just fight your way through all the way to that win so you can lift that trophy? S2G, Nonstream Red Force, Aurora Gaming, and E Arena. Any of
भाई वो क्या बोल रही है वो तो मेरे को भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई. उसी को समझ में आ रहा है कौन जीतेगा भाई. ये तुमने क्या पूछ लिया भाई. S2G के साथ हूँ भाई मैं तो अभी भी. S2G के पास चांस है ले जाने को. S2G ले जाएगी भी भाई, देखना तुम. और जिसके पास लीड है भाई, लीड के साथ साथ उसके बाद मोमेंटम भी है. दोनों मैचेस में टॉप टू आ रही है बार बार. इस मैच में आराम से ले जाएगी S2G.
And we're about to find out in Miramar. You can take a look. E Arena, so far on the day, haven't put up hardly any points except for that rondo, but it was enough to put them in that smash zone. All it takes is one game, one chicken dinner to become.
अरे गोडल फैन हूँ लेकिन गोडल का जीतना नामुमकिन है भाई. लास्ट मैच बचा है, कैसे जीतेगी. अभी तुमको पहचान नहीं पा रहा यार. नो यू चाहिए. कौन हो आप, नाम बताओ आपका. गोडल फैन तो मैं हूँ जरूर, लेकिन गोडल वोटम में है ना, वोटम 4 वोटम 6 में है, तो उसका तो जीतना नाम इम्पॉसिबल है. इम्पॉसिबल.
Every single point you earn, so important, and those chicken dinner tiebreakers as well.
उनको तो कितना 20-25 पॉइंट मारना होगा और उनको टॉप 10 में भी आना है. तो अच्छा एक चंक ऑफ अमाउंट लेके जाएंगे फिर वो. नोलू भाई अभी कौन कहाँ जीत गया. अभी तो जीतेगा, S2G जीतेगी. कौन है भाई ये.
Getting that win. It's either one or the other. And there are still so many squads that can win this. 4 in particular.
कौन है भाई तू.
That's going to be the ones.
अरे बहन चोद आयरन है.
Because I guarantee you one of them's going to be taking
आयरन है तू.
Second place, 250,000. Look around this arena. This is what everybody.
पापा बेटा है क्या बोल रहा है तू. आयरन है ना तू.
World title. One game left, and somebody is about to play the most important match of their life. This is it, folks. The PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup.
अरे लास्ट मैच है नोलू भाई, ये देखो बस खत्म है. इसके बाद EWC का पूरा रन अपना. कौन जीतेगा इसमें. S2G. अगर इसमें तो S2G चिकन निकाली तो भी S2G जीतेगी ना. टॉप 3 टीम ही है कंटेंडर में जीतने का. अरे भोसड़ी वाले तू आ कहाँ से गया भाई. तू कहाँ से मिल गया चैनल आज.
S2G, no
Last day से आया है तू।
on top. If this goes to
कहाँ है
points,
आजकल
they
तू?
are by far your favorites right now. E-Arena, such a threat though. All it takes is the win, and honestly, it's what they need. They have to win this if they want to be crowned your champions.
21 points behind S2G right now. Yeah, they definitely need to get a chicken dinner on side to win this tournament and give that 3-time title over to Schweppes. Allow
कहाँ हो भोसड़ी वाले चाचा? कहाँ हो तुम आजकल?
play a role. It would be a beautiful story, but E-Arena have given us cause for pause.
क्या कर रहे हो?
About their potential.
प्रयागराज में ना?
Those chicken dinners. They have had the highest scoring chicken dinner of any team pretty much ever at this level of PUBG Mobile, but it has not been seen for a while.
आयरन तेरा प्रेडिक्शन दे कौन जीतेगा?
The pressure will be able to turn things around.
S2G या और कोई?
Close to flash though on the hot drop potentially in the south.
Well, speaking of the south, that's where we're headed. The zone going all
अरोरा का तो मुश्किल है।
Teams are going to have to get looted up and get moving.
S2G और NS का ही चल रहा है जो कुछ चल रहा है। अरोरा और ये का तो खत्म है सीन।
Mighty close. Team Flash getting away with that. Uh-oh. Nice return fire there from Win. Just say, hey, calm down with that Winchester, buddy. All right? You better wait till end game to get that going.
All right. I do love the Winchester. There's more damage coming on, and this is again Aurora harrying the retreat here for Team Flash. Team Flash, who have managed to find some late in the day points to send them up the tables.
अरे फिर तो पता ही चल जाएगा ना।
With that middle pack, they are right in and amongst it in the thick of that.
अरे दो टीम है बस, अरोरा सॉरी अरोरा बोल रहा हूँ, NS और S2G उनमें से ही कोई ले जाएगा बस।
On the prize pool.
S2G या NS और किसी का बहुत मुश्किल है।
Absolutely. It's the prize pool jumps significantly every single placement. And I'll tell you one thing you guys got to do for the final time. Get in the game, get into that lucky spin, and drop one of those exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament sets.
आयरन कमबैक करेगा तू इस फोर्ट में कि नहीं?
And looking at these
क्या सीन है तेरा?
top 4 looking pretty much as a lock at this point, right? I mean,
अरे नोलू भाई जल्दी प्रेडिक्शन दो ना यार, तुम शर्त लगाओ फिर। अभी तुम्हारे वो 100 रुपए भी नहीं दिए तुमने, 1100 रुपए का हो गया, तुम याद रखना।
This is a $3 million prize pool.
S2G NS और जल्दी बताओ कौन ट्रॉफी ले जाने वाला है, प्यारी ट्रॉफी।
About to be given away in just a few minutes. First place, $500,000. Second place, $250,000. Third, $150,000, and fourth, $120,000. So all 4 of these teams are going away with a whole bunch of cash, but there's a whole lot more at the tippy top.
The chicken dinner to these 4 teams is worth $375,000. That's right. That is the right price to put in your best effort to make it work.
हाँ S2G चिकन है भाई।
Nobody wants to step a foot out of line. It needs to come.
अरे गोडल का नॉक भी हो गया मान्या।
Godlike. They're taking a
अकेला पकड़ लिया भाई मान्या को तो इनने।
a little bit ahead of the curve. And down they go. Finding that
अरे यार।
blood has been drawn.
And that is Manya out of this tournament. Great, good signs of life from Godlike. I mean, they had some really big games. It's just the consistency that seemed to plague them here. For their first time at a World Cup, it's so difficult to face a challenge like this. I think they definitely gave it their all. I think time will definitely
चलते मार के चले गए मान्या को।
going, and we'll see them rank up the leaderboards in the future for sure.
I've also loved watching 4 Thrives over the years, topping their group stage, able to do a lot of work and really impressing here. Currently in 6th place, a chance to jump up to 5th place in that, as I said before, that 5th to 11th place melee. They are very much in flux, but what I think the most important story for me when it comes to 4 Thrives is that it was not a flash in the pan performance back in PMGO. They have managed to improve and consistently keep that improvement under their belt. There have been times where they've got a little crazy with it. I have to say, back in those group stages, some crazy flex outs. One springs to mind over on that military finish that they were on the south side of the runway and just going for it. But absolutely impressive stuff for this 4 Thrives roster. They should be so proud to be able to put this sort of a record down. on this tournament.
हाँ भाई नहीं जा पाएंगे भाई, वो दूसरे साथ में चलते आ रहे हैं पता है। 14-15 14-15 14-15 9 तो ऊपर से नीचे 16 पे जाओ, खत्म करो बात साला। Oh, 11 हो गया भाई उसका।
Some of the best teams on the world that have been doing it for so long. And we're starting to see Ulf get into it with OG. Battle ringing out. Here we go.
Let's see if Scarface can put that MVP title on the cards as well, because two of his teammates are down. He's going to need to come up big. Him and Aaron playing off of one another. Two titanic forces on the inside of the compound against 3 players from Orangutan total. I don't know if they're all here and in the fight though, but Ketch will get flushed away. And they are now, all 3. Looking to take this fight.
Nice.
On the outside, but Scarface can't quite deliver the goods here, and it is all.
अबे नहीं वे फटेगा रे।
A good nade around the corner, over onto Aru.
Nice 2v2 and 1v2.
Time to show what you got, Aaron. Let's see. All by himself.
Nice.
Nice.
अबे nice रे कॉपी।
It's just too good.
अगर आतंकी का कैजुअलिटी नहीं होना था यहाँ पे।
OG gonna get 4 eliminations. And that is it for all for this tournament. Give them a round of applause here, folks.
All things considered, I think people may have expected more from this roster coming into this tournament. 10th place, likely slipping down further than that as well. Not what they were aiming for, but they did manage.
नहीं हो रहा जा सकती है 10th पे, हो रहा के पास जाने का ऑप्शन है 10वें स्थान पर।
And again,
और आपका चांस है, अगर हो रहा थोड़ा बहुत मान लेना तो जा सकती है ऊपर। चली जाएगी 98 पॉइंट है, 2 पॉइंट चाहिए बस।
But they can't give it here. It's done for them.
है।
That is it. Gives teams like Aura, Vitality, opportunity to push themselves further up in the leaderboards and grab some more cash here. As this is one insane prize pool in this tournament. Let's take a look though at Nongshim Red Force.
मार दिया भाई, अब लास्ट मैच में गन पावर आ गई ओजी के पास।
Dominant all day long, and they could definitely take this one. Just a quick flashback for everybody that missed it.
लास्ट में जो कितना ही मारेंगे यार, फिर भी ये मतलब टॉप टायर मुश्किल है क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा चंक लीड है। 20 पॉइंट का लीड है सीधा सीधा, 20 से 25 पॉइंट का। हाँ 20-22 पॉइंट का, वो चिकन ही निकालना पड़ेगा टीम को अगर ऊपर जाना है तो। उसके के लिए ऊपर STG, NS और EST 40 ये सब निकालने नहीं देंगी।
They have borne this burden before.
तियानवा आज स्टार्टिंग में स्टेक 12 पे थी, स्टेक 12 या स्टेक 13 पे थी, आज वो एंडिंग में पहुंच गए देखो ऊपर 6-7 पर।
Western side, they are behind Aurora, one of their direct competitors, and we're going out all the way east. It's a long road, but I tell you who's already at the end of it, S2G. In the shadow of the Labendita crater right now.
वही लग रहा है मेरे को, इन्हीं का आपस में कंपटीशन चल रहा है नोलू भाई, हर मैच में इनका फाइट हो रहा है, सब कुछ हो रहा है।
Many in these last few games to find those smashes. Is this
लो भाई S2G और गोल्डन ले लो, हो गया।
for the compound?
Here they go, folks. S2G.
हाँ नहीं 3v3, अरे नाइस रे, डब्बा डाल दिया दोनों। 3v2 निकाल लो आराम से ये भी नॉक होगा। नाइस भाई, क्या खेले, नाइस भाई S2G। अबे S2G खत्म है भाई। नाइस लास्ट आराम से मार लो भाई, इसका ड्रीम कहा गया भाई S2G का जीतने का। भाई मारा है भी तो, किसको मारा है और किस टाइम पे मारा है भाई इसने। भाई साहब किस टाइम पे मारा है इसने। 40 का आ गया, अरे यार ये बहनचोद 40। नाइस
A little bit of burn, a little bit too hot underfoot, but it's just as power now. We've seen what he can do with these nades.
ये नोक 100% नोक होगा दल्ला। गन एक ही है भाई।
T24 still launching himself forwards. This is a madman.
नहीं डब्बा डाल नाइस। नाइस नाइस नाइस, ऐसे बाल बनी हुई है, आराम से ले, आराम से ले, लास्ट बंदा है 40 का। भाई क्या खेला है भाई बंदा। भाई आईक्यू को तो ले जाएगा भाई, आईजीएल है, गन पावर नहीं है आईक्यू पे, ले जाएगा एस पावर से भी। भाई क्या खेला है एस पावर, भाई मजा आ गया भाई कसम से। हिल करे एडमिनो, आराम से लो इसको, आराम से। क्या पहला है भाई 40 को, मजा आ गया कसम से भाई। गोडल को क्या हो गया है भाई यार, ये नेडी लेकर बैठे रहो, मकसद करते करते अपना खुद को फूट पे मार ले। आराम से खेलना, उसके हाथ में नेड है, नेड है, इस तरह नेड है। अबे यार तो साथ में लेना चाहिए वो, ऐसा अकेले अकेला नहीं। कौन आया है भाई, देखो ना कौन आया इस टाइम पे। इनसे बस यही करा लो भाई, जरा देर रुक जाओ। यार इस बार मार देता यार उसे। अरे रोल भाई देखो ना, थर्ड पार्टी भी किसका आया है, चूतियों का।
They might have a chance here. Orangutan looking to do the same, but they've only got 2
क्या बोलूं यार।
A crash from Arena, moving over towards Ida. Ida really not being providing of much resistance over the course of these finals, but maybe they'll be able to find it. Finally, digging deep, and down goes Sweps.
The top teams are getting devastated.
ना अच्छा चल रहा था यार, 2 मैन बचे थे, क्या चूतियापा कर दिया यार इन लोगों ने यार साला।
Joker shuts down Darkin. A huge 1v1 play keeps his team alive, and it looks like they're going to hold on to 3 for now.
Nade over. Swain cooking a nade. Wants to answer. Doesn't connect with it. Darkin off in the distance. Emre also still in action, but not quite on the angle. Ooh, bad nade on the bounce. Doesn't quite find it. As Godlike do get eliminated, but there's one underfoot. Dashes back with the MG3. Needs to find
अरे यार गोडल eliminate होगी बे।
But not to happen. Emre now the last for Ida, and he's completely off in the distance.
क्या ओजी खेलती है?
So for Arena, they managed to make their way south, but Nigma Galaxy are cresting the ridgeline.
Here comes Nigma Galaxy. And I'll tell you one thing, folks. S2G fans everywhere are rooting for every single team to take out these top squads, because right now they're still at the top of the leaderboards here. It's just these teams below them that can surpass them. They have a little bit of a point gap. Arena are still alive and they're putting up points. Arena already has 4, but they are down a player.
That they are. And on the northwest side, we said before, to win this one, it's likely a chicken dinner needed for them. Aurora with 4 players alive, but they have got the blue zone biting at their heels right next to Horror. They will need to push up a little bit further and get into the fight. In the meantime, IQ, the last player alive for 4 thrives. This has been a devastating position for so many, and IQ wants to dish out a little bit more pain here. Around the corner, spots the shotgun-wielding player from Orangutan, but nobody steps out through the threshold, goes for it, darts in, and nobody's connecting. Jukes, they're not figuring out whose turn it is.
IQ putting in the work there with the shotgun, ends up getting some more shots on the win. Finds the angle.
Nice.
IQ making the plays here at the end.
Next circle coming on.
वो लोग मार रहे थे, चढ़ गए उसके ऊपर गांडू।
Does not favor Aurora or Nongshim Red Force, 2 of our really crucially placed teams, but gives Arena a little slither of it on that western side. The difficulty for Arena though, the surround on their position by those roads. They act like rivers on Miramar, very frequently finding it very difficult to get across.
दो भाई इसे गाली खाने के लायक है, क्या बोलूं, दिमाग खराब कर दिया यार। ओजी वाले क्या करते हो यार तुम यार।
Meanwhile, S2G just having to wait and watch, hope that they did enough and can hold on and take this tournament. Versus Arena. The biggest fight in this tournament could be happening right now. Nongshim Red Force do have the high ground though, so they should be able to get this
क्या है? हाँ यार नूले चूतिया तो क्या बताऊँ यार सच में जितनी बार दिक्कत किसी का ठटपटी आया है भाई अपनों ही वालों का आया है उसको खा भी गया ना 40 से 1v3 कितना 1v3 खाए ना ये लोग 1v4
Meanwhile, whilst Nongshim and Irina have their standoff,
काम खराब कर दिया भाई इन लोगों ने कुछ नहीं
the side of the circle. Alola, who spoiled the day for our two teams that could do it last time, now have a raw.
हाँ उनको मरवा गोल्डन निकाल लेती लाल आईक्यू लास्ट हो जाता वो साथ में लेके चढ़ जाते इनसे बस गोल्डन वालों को ही मरवा लो और किसी को नहीं मरवा लो 1v2 का लो 1v3 खा लेते हैं दल्ले खुद की टीम को मार पाते हैं बस और किसी को मारने की दान क्या पता क्या हो जाता है इनको एक बंदे से खा लिए 1v3 1v2
Oh man, did you save us? Cause that could have been over.
वही तो ना यार
But Aurora, this could
अरे इनका थर्ड पार्टी नहीं आता ना वो निकाल लेते यार अब उसका 1v4 होता वो जल्दीबाजी में घुस गया यार पीछे से आगे ना इस कारण
And that's good solid position in this next zone. Can't afford to lose a single player. They catch claws out. And that's another point on the board. Nongshim in trouble. That's Tizzy done. They're down to 2.
One of their strongest players now out of the mix, and that is going to leave just Hyunbin and XZY to try and put as many points on the board as they can. But they are dwindling. The fire is being blown, is being blustered. Leaning this way and that, started to look threat. Bear.
Oh. The fire starting to look like embers here. It's not looking good for the side of Nongshim Red Force. Losing Tizzy is a huge loss. We saw it earlier on the desk. This was pretty much almost your MVP gone. Now it's up to none other than Hyunbin though, and XZY, still 2 massive players. They just want to put some points up on the
हाँ ले सकती है अरोरा भाई अरे यार चूतिया टीम है रे ओजी अच्छा गाली देते हैं इसे लोग चूती को ये चूतिया टीम है भाई ओजी पूरा माइंड फक कर दिया भाई अरे घंटा पता भाई इतना अच्छा चल रहा था भाई खुद भी और खाली है 1v2 उससे अकेले से
सबका फाड़ के रख दिया था
वही ना भाई पूरा टीम को थर्ड पार्टी हैंडल कर लिया था उसने अच्छे से
कुछ नहीं कर पाया क्या कर रहा है मुझे पता नहीं
This 2-2 split from
2 नॉक का है
I'm starting to question it now. I feel like the time is right for a regroup, but they
हाँ ले लेगा भाई ये भी अरोरा निकाल सकते और एनएस के पास भी चांस है वैसे तो
think otherwise. A 2-2 split.
एनएस निकाल एनएस चिकन कितना अपना 4 पॉइंट ये तो कोई 6 पॉइंट का लीड है बस उसका S2G का एनएस को 6 पॉइंट चाहिए अगर 6 पॉइंट भी 2 बंदे आराम से निकाल सकते हैं वैसे तो अरोरा 4 में और उसका चांसेस ज्यादा है चिकन का
on that edge of the circle on the northern side. Irina also
भाई पता है गोल्डन एस पावर S2G का सपना तोड़ दिया भाई चैंपियनशिप का
got their paddle.
And E-Arena are putting
ओजी की इज्जत गिर गई भाई मेरे यहाँ सामने साला
making some noise here. They've got 4 eliminations. They're still rocking a trio. Joker starting to keep his eye on Team Flash. Looks like the fight might be imminent here. But Team Flash got to decide what they're going to do. Joker's going to have an angle, and he's going to tell his teammates, hey, look, these teams are right here. Let's start taking some shots. Bose is on the back line, though. That's going to be the biggest threat for E-Arena.
trying to get a little bit further forward, but Mormon's been spotted. There are only 3 players, remember. A move back up to the top of the hill there.
Interesting.
To re-bolster the position.
दोनों टीम नहीं मार पाए नोलू भाई, तो S2G फ्री में जीत जाएगी। अगर नहीं जीती तो S2G इतना गोडल को गाली देगी ना, क्या बताऊं मैं तुमको।
Vitality are now looking in this direction. The zone is away from them. This is stage 6. They cannot afford to eat any blue zone here, but they may have to. There's no choice. So many shots are ringing in this direction, and they do not have their position locked down in this next circle.
Absolutely not. Really a lot of tenuous positions, and Fury are finally now looking to go for their regroup down to their south. You can see that northern side starting to make that mad dash across. Aurora could potentially cut through it. They don't actually manage to go all the way, but Reefus spots it, gets that knock. They have to get out of the vehicle, and this is exactly what I was worried about for Furia. They held their 2-2 split too long, and now they might be in the boiling, baking deserts of Miramar. But they are out in the cold. Chief now a lone ranger on the position. And Aurora all too happy to slurp that point away, get themselves closer and closer to the top.
All too happy and looking all too solid right now. Aurora are looking dangerous. The whole lobby needs to be put on notice. The airburst, Chief, he felt that one. S2G, you can see him. They are hoping and praying here as Chief's on fire, and that's going to be him down. Another point for the side of Aurora Gaming.
They haven't confirmed it yet, but finally the flames lick too hot, and he will fall. Ayala and Igor's, I mean...
हाँ, अरोरा के पास प्लेइंग एरिया भी आ गया भाई, वो जोन का कंट्रोल लेते जा रहे हैं, पता है ये लेफ्ट सदर्न साइड से पूरा। अब 2-2-1 का स्प्लिट कर लेंगे तो फिर उनसे चिकन कोई नहीं छीन सकता। और इन लोग का आपस में फाइट चल के ये लोग थोड़ा बहुत खत्म हो ही जाएंगे। वो बेटी रहेगी वो बाद में दिखने के लिए। वो अभी देखो कभी किल लेने भी नहीं आ रही है अरोरा ज्यादा, देखो वो सेफ खेल रही है, सेफ एंड पे जा रही है।
They're going to have to, because I'm going to tell you one thing here, folks. This is where Aurora Gaming worked their best, with the zone to their backs. Nobody behind them, only needing to and start forward. Looks like
एक किल के लिए जा रहा है, उसे पता है एक पॉइंट इम्पोर्टेंट है भाई अभी।
Red Force still not out of this one just yet. You have been having to hit the deck though, buy some time.
अबे नाइस रोल डैमेज गला उसे नेट का।
He does have 2 eliminations so far. But shots in every direction's not looking good.
भाई यार वो चीज सकता है भाई, हो रहा चांसेस तो है पूरा।
Tough time for them, but they are much more central than a lot of other teams, and these South Hills will need to conclude. Quite inaccessible, but look at the bullets keeping him suppressed.
एनएस गया।
So close.
भाई कितना पैनिक हो रहे होंगे भाई प्लेयर, में समझ सकता हूँ इनका। अबे ओरा नॉक, ज्वाल को नॉक कर दिया इसने। अब वीएलटी अब वापस डालेगी, वीएलटी खुद डाल रही है। नहीं लेफ्ट से जोड़ लेगी, सॉरी। ओरा बचा तो जोन भी चला गया पूरा, दोनों खा लिया ओरा।
And they are looking straight at them. Can Aurora get these reses? They're desperate. They're moving as fast as they possibly can. 20 seconds.
भाई S2G ने जीत जाए भाई, ऐसा कुछ हो जाए वरना लास्ट में कि VLT वाले अपना ओरा को जोन में बहुत दिक्कत से आने देंगे।
He needs a Herculean effort to do it. Aurora getting rolled up on by Furia. Oh no, Dark is down. Top is low. Seoul needs to anchor for them, but he's fallen too. And Aurora are crumbling.
Top goes down. It's down to one single player for Aurora Gaming to make this happen. Dogship Red Force are out.
भाई
from Aurora, 3 from E Arena.
S2G जीत गई।
Trying to hold on. It's up to Reefus all by himself.
भाई क्या हुआ ये?
He's getting shot up. That's just it. He's got to get the shots.
अबे जीत गई S2G।
So close, he gets the spray. And there goes the other with the nade. Reefus is down. And now it's only E-Arena.
भाई NSS टेक भाई वही रहा जो पिछले मैच में था ना पीटी वही का वही कंडीशन है सबका
The middle because they are in the center.
Oh, and you could see S2G, the nerves at an all-time high. E-Arena, though, on the move.
भाई साहब
It's down to the duo. They have 137 points right now. This is going to be very difficult.
जीत गई भाई S2G बोला था ना मैं S2G भी जीत सकती है अभी बोलूँ भाई.
It's tournament over, and E-Arena will win a world title for Thailand.
But it's looking much more likely.
ये को 10 पॉइंट चाहिए अगर टॉप 3 आना है तो 10 से 11 पॉइंट चाहिए ये को.
By storm at the top of the tables right now. S2G denied their chicken dinners.
अगर 93 चिकन निकाले तो फिर तो जाएगी.
E-Arena fall by the wayside here. They started the day at the top of the pile. But they are getting slowly whittled down with 2 players left.
30K.
30K goes low, but stays up for a moment longer. And these
भाई
E-Limbs
क्या
are getting
हुआ
away.
भाई कितना
Just slowly creeping down. And E-Arena are low. Down goes Foreman for S2G. It's only 30K who can take it away from them.
भाई साहब कितना इंटेंस गया भाई लास्ट मैच तक S2G का.
They're on their feet. S2G making some noise here. As it's one.
जीत गए भाई क्या देख रहे हो जीत गए तुम सेलिब्रेट करो.
That is in the way of a world championship title, and that
ये भी गई.
is it, folks. Your PUBG Mobile World Cup.
16 चिकन नहीं मार पाता भाई इम्पॉसिबल था उसका. जीत गए थे वैसे भी ये लोग. जीत गई भाई.
The Titans of Turkey will reign supreme in Paris. They will take that trophy. They will bring it back.
अब VLT अगर चिकन मारे ना तो ही फायदा. अगर 93 मारेगी तो वो फिर भी स्टेक 5 ही रहेगी. हाँ S2G का चिकन मार VLT चिकन मारी तो स्टेक 11 पे जाएगी. जीत गया भाई. भाई पता है इस पावर S2G वालों का प्राण निकाल दिया था भाई लेकिन वो मार के कहाँ पर होंगे बेचारे.
Twice they could have won this. You can see the looks on their faces thinking there's no way we lost this tournament. Are you kidding me? But consistency pays off.
Consistency तो रहे हैं भाई S2G वाले कुछ भी कहो.
Under control, the teams at the top could not go the distance. They did not have the stamina. And Tiamba looking to close this one out, looking like they're in control. And again, what a resurgence from Tiamba in the final day. It's looking like they might take that 5th place just outside of the top spots as they're closing us down. But again, the story is all Turkey, all day.
किसका आया? चिकन किसका आया?
They've done it! S2G, hang on!
Is all down, but again.
यार में लेकिन आ रहे वो फिर भी स्टेक 5 पे रहेगी.
And let's take it on over to the studio.
लेगी भाई S2G रहेगी.
Kamikaze and the rest of the squad just shining when nobody was expecting them to become the champions, Max. Turkey back on top of PUBG Mobile Esports.
It is going to Turkey right now. Kamikaze,
Turkish team थी ना ये तो. Nice भाई.
and Solke making history for Turkey once more. How do they just keep doing it? Solke, since the OG days, is still here delivering performance after performance, and now we'll be lifting that trophy.
And such a calculated decision from them throughout every game. 1 chance down, 2 chance down, but it was enough to take the title home. Every single play from S2G was immaculate.
Fantastic stuff coming in from S2G. Once they do it, twice they do it. They were so close. They get just a little mistake, a little fumble, but finally they don't get the win, but it doesn't matter. S2G are champions. What a play, what a game, what a day for this squad.
A team that didn't start off too hot in the first day, but boy were they
वो यार S2G था वो पहले से मेरे वो सबसे पहले प्रेडिक्ट कर दिए थे हम लोग ऊपर चैट में ये S2G. लेकिन तो एस पावर ने तब इनका पहला ना S2G को तब थोड़ा बीटी था.
We had so many teams looking so good at the top right. The 4 teams all contesting a spot for the championship to be crowned your champions. But I would have to say S2G, the most improved team going into this event. From the
NS हो गई और एक अरोरा इनके लिए बुरा लग रहा है भाई.
It was a 3-way tie at one point today. But they do take it home. And keep in mind, PMGC later on this year will be happening in Turkey here. Will S2G be able to do the international back-to-back?
S2G will be looking
क्या बोला लैपटॉप रेंटल लेके आया.
But I think it's time we send it over
वो
to
100 वाले देते हैं ना रेंटल वाला.
players lift that trophy and crush some keys.
Yes, that is right, of course.
1 महीने के लिए लेके आया था रेंटल स्ट्रीमिंग के लिए.
PMWC, your champions are of course S2G. I have to ask, that final game, that must have been the longest game of your life. How did that feel? Solkay, I'll ask you, buddy.
Son maç hayatımızın herhalde en uzun maçıydı. Sizin için nasıl hissettirdi? Solkay sana soruyor.
Yani açıkçası biraz şüpheli oldu çünkü rakiplerimizin hepsi yaşıyordu ve hiçbirinin infosu yoktu. Yani bilmiyorum, kaybettik gibi hissettik. Sonra böyle bir rakiplerimiz oyunda ölünce bir acaba mı dedik?
Sponsored.
Yani farkında değiliz, anlamadık. Bu bize
Laptop sponsored by
ES. Şampiyon olmuş bir hamsi var. Hepimizin ilk dünya şampiyonluğu. Yani garip hissetti. Ölünce kötü hissetti. Ama şu an çok mutluyuz. Bu kadar.
Of course we felt bad once we died because we knew our biggest rivals are still alive. But then, and we also doubted it, but then like slowly seeing our rivals also like getting eliminated, we started getting hopeful, and it's Hamsi's second world championship, but it's the first for us and we're very happy about this.
Number 2, second championship. How are you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah.
He feels good, baby. All right, we've got things to do before we lift that incredible trophy. So follow me. We're going to the Crusher, baby. After an incredible performance today, S2G managed to secure the EWC Championship, and with this
भाई फोन से चला रहा हूँ भाई 5G से.
of course, have some additional things to
वही
do.
फोन भाई ये वाला
15 of their opponent's keys until their key is the last one left intact. Okay, S2G, if you could step over here onto the Crusher, we've got some important things to do. Right, step on up, please. Up on here. Okay.
तो 5G पे अच्छा चल जाता है मेरा वाईफाई कनेक्ट.
He's good. He's good. He's letting it all out. It's great to see. The emotion is great. You've seen this before. You know what's about to happen. Can I please get you, sir, and Kamikaze together? Let's open up this Crusher. Let's open the iris. Press that button. Here we go. Here is the Crusher. Something special.
भाई क्या की क्रेज वो क्रश हो जाएगा भाई सब लोग का.
15 keys at once. So, Solkay, Hamsiji, if you would like to pull on this, not too hard, just like gently, just, you know, feel good. In 3, 2, 1. Wave goodbye. How did that feel?
It's so good.
So good. Right.
भाई गोडो जी का की भी था भाई उसमें.
That's better, isn't it? One final thing that we'd like to do before we send you down to lift that trophy is to invite the keymaster, Jacob. We'd like to invite him onto the stage to hand you your key, the last remaining key intact for PMWC. Jacob, come on over here, buddy. Kamikaze, if you could take your key, that is your S2G Esports key at the Esports World Cup. Okay, so now what I would like you to do, I would like you to walk down the Gadir City grid. I would like you to raise that trophy and cement your legacy as the champions of PMWC at the EWC 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your champions, S2G Esports!
बहुत बुरा लग रहा है भाई मेरे को तो देख के साला, क्या बताऊं.
Ladies and gentlemen, your PMWC champions at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G!
क्या कसम से भाई, क्या प्यारी ट्रॉफी है भाई वो. लव दिस ट्रॉफी मैन.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Kalaris, who is standing by with our Sony Tournament MVP.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Barney. Of course, we are with our tournament MVP. After PMMI MVP, we now have the PMWC MVP in QZZ. Make welcome on, of course, the award here. 2 times MVP on international stages recently. QZZ, congratulations here at PMWC.
ये तो PEL वाले रीजन से है ना, चाइनीज रीजन.
Okay. This is fun, isn't it? This is good. Okay, let's have another chat. Let's have another quick chat. Competing with these teammates, experiencing all of this, going through the training. Okay, we're shaking hands. All right, buddy, how's it going? The training, the experience, everything. What does it mean? Like, what do you want to say? How proud are you of each other right now?
We just strength bir team, over focus all the time for team play, and we did it. We have been champion. We are so happy now.
I can imagine. I can see it on your faces. I can see it on the owner as well, of course. Congratulations, what an unbelievable performance. I'd like you all to lift this trophy one more time, and you'll cement your legacy at the 2026 Esports World Cup. And so, are you guys ready? You ready? You're ready. They're ready. And so, ladies and gentlemen, your champions of PMWC at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G Esports!
It started off last year for S2G when they weren't able to qualify to PMWC at EWC 25. And they were spamming everywhere, hashtag invite S2G. But the thing is that here at EWC, nothing is given. Everything is earned. And these are your champions.
They're creating a new legacy for themselves. Of course, you're looking at HamCG. He's won in the past PMGC 2022. Even earlier, the World League West won by Solke with Footballist. And that's their second trophy and the very first for Kamikaze and Lost. They should be proud of what they've achieved here today in Paris.
For Turkey, this is a moment that you're proud of once again, standing on the top step of PUBG Mobile Esports. But for S2G, now it's time to cement your place in history for EWC.
Please welcome to the totem your PMWC champions at EWC 2026 S2G! Congratulations, guys. What a performance. Please shake the hands of your supporters. Say thank you to the support. What a performance. Incredible work, Trav. Brilliant from S2G.
Absolutely. What a performance, just getting it over the line in the dying seconds. Congratulations, guys. Make your way over here. Congratulations, S2G, once more. Congrats, guys. Without further ado, please take to the stage, place your frame in the totem, and immortalize yourselves in Esports World Cup history.
बोला नहीं जा रहा भाई मुझसे तो ये देखने के बाद माइंड फक ऑफ हो गया पूरा।
Back in 2024 at the Esports World Cup, it ended up being
ये तो वाला प्लेस ही नहीं करी?
Last year, it ended up being Yangon Galacticos. But move over and make some space, because
किस प्लेस
now
करना
at
रहता है?
2026 PMWC at EWC, it is S2G.
प्लेस में प्लेस देखिएगा क्लिक किए अपना प्लेस करने रहता है ना टोटम के अंदर ऐसा कुछ रहता है ना?
Making their way down the aisle, putting their key in the totem that will be immortalized forever in the history of EWC.
Right.
The Turkish super team, you know how much it meant to Solke. You could see on his face, he's been close so many times after PMWL, but he finally secures it. The relief, the happiness, the glory, everything that it means for them here today.
And one last time, ladies and gentlemen, your PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup 2026 champions, S2G.
of your supporters.
It's great to see.
Passion that PUBG Mobile Esports brings to everybody all over the world. The Sony MVP QCC ends up with 35 eliminations, 6,700 damage, and Doc once again is able to find himself a way into an award with the best IGL.
How does he keep getting away with it? The beast from Mongolia strike once again. It's Doc to get it done with those total of 22 eliminations. That survival time was looking really good. But in particular, S-Power 7. The first time in the longest time we see an individual award being granted to an Indian player.
It might have not been one of those top 5s that people were predicting. It might have not been even a top 10, but for S-Power, this is amazing. You couldn't expect anything different out of this player. The confidence that he has, the skill that he has. I can't wait to see what S-Power from Godlike representing India is gonna showcase later in the year.
I'm telling you, if we're gonna get an Indian global MVP, it might just be him. But looking also at the Field Medic and Eagle Eye awards secured by Mormon and Tony K respectively. Really strong team play from every single member on the Thai team. We'll see if they can take it next event, but definitely an impressive performance from this squad.
And Tony K with the Eagle Eye from E-Arena, 394 meters. That is quite impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the amazing show that we were able to provide to you. From Maxman, myself, the 7WG, Lace, Neptura, John Allen, Blank, Jackie, Hot Jukes, Kalaris, Barney Banks, and our special club championship report.
The relief, the happiness, the glory, everything that it means. Times after PMWL, he finally secures it. The relief, the happiness, the glory, everything that it means for them here today. WC, the Turkish super team, you know how much it meant to Solke. You could see on his face, he's been close so many times after PMWL, he finally secures it. The relief, the happiness, the glory, everything that it means for them here today.
And yes. As the 2026 PMWC at EWC. It is
West won by Sol.
Ladies and
कब हो गया
gentlemen,
guys?
your PMWC champions at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G!
खत्म भाई खत्म।
My best friend, she's 23. She left her body in Harvard above me. My best friend, she's 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me for good. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall best friends. I need my bed.